The UK's economy shrank in the second half of year but is expected to grow in 2024. Jeremy Hunt promised economic growth will be top priority in his budget next month after the country slipped into recession. The Chancellor insisted taxes will only be cut in a responsible way after official figures showed the economy shrank 0.3% at the end of last year. He insisted there is light at the end of the tunnel if the government sticks to the plan after the data showed slight growth across the whole year. Mr. Hunt said, when the Prime Minister made his commitment he was very clear that tackling inflation had to come first. If we stick to our guns now, we can actually see light at the end of the tunnel. The Chancellor is considering cutting public spending plans if he does not have as much room for tax cuts as hoped in the spring budget. Mr. Hunt said economies with lighter taxes tend to grow faster than those with high burdens. He added, but I would only cut taxes in a way that was responsible, and I certainly wouldn't do anything that fueled inflation just when we are starting to have some success in bringing down inflation. Mr. Hunt said inflation and high interest rates were behind the fall in growth, but insisted the economy was turning a corner. He said, while interest rates are high, so the Bank of England can bring inflation down, low growth is not a surprise. But there are signs the British economy is turning a corner. Forecasters agree that growth will strengthen over the next few years. Wages are rising faster than prices, mortgage rates are down and unemployment remains. Office for National Statistics estimates put gross domestic product down 0.3% at the end of last year. It meant the country entered a technical recession, at least 2/4 of the economy shrinking, for the first time since the first half of 2020 at the height of the COVID pandemic. When Britain was plunged into recession in 1980, the economy shrank by 2.1%. In 2009, in the aftermath of the financial crash, the contraction was 4.6%. Both came with high levels. Across the whole of last year, the economy grew by 0.1%, the weakest growth since the aftermath of the financial crisis in 2009. Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves said Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's promise to grow the economy was in tatters. She said, the Prime Minister can no longer credibly claim that his plan is working or that he has turned the corner on more than 14 years of economic decline under the Conservatives that has left Britain worse off. This is Rishi Sunak's recession and the news will be deeply worrying for families and business across Britain. She said figures show the cornerstone of his leadership has been shattered. Ms. Reeves also hit out at the Chancellor and said it is dangerous and misguided to be providing a running commentary on his spring budget. She said, first of all, I find it extraordinary that the actual Chancellor of the Exchequer is providing a running commentary on his own budget. I worked at the Bank of England for many years and I've been in politics for a long time now. I have never seen anything with the Chancellor giving a running commentary. It is dangerous and it is very misguided, and I would urge him to stop this because it creates the uncertainty that we really don't need. But she was accused of talking down Britain while planning to impose higher taxes.